The feeling of another warm hand slips through my fingers with a strong sense of vertigo. The shrine grounds are here, unchanged, but I no longer feel her clinging to my body. That feeling slowly slipped away. Rikuko was standing a little bit away from me, looking at me, as if seeing me off. No tears are on that face. A bewildered smile. My chest falls into an illusion about to burst. Hold it back.
なあ、ルカ子。
はい。
お前は。
I hesitate for a moment, but I make up my mind.
男だよな。
はい、そうですけど。
She was no longer there, but instead, he was. Cute facial features like a girl. Looks good in Miko clothes. But he's a guy. I tightly bite my lip. Rikuko went back to being a guy.
お前は俺のこと好きか？
いきなり。
好きか？
その。
Spit it out, kid. No one's gonna judge you, come on.
尊敬してます。
Close enough. Just what part of me is respectable? I'm not that sort of proper man. But that's not what matters now. Rikuko's answer seemed clear, but it wasn't. He didn't say he liked me, or he hated me.
男に戻ったら、岡部さんへのこの気持ち、封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Even now, when he became a guy again, Rikuko might still like me. But he can't speak honestly about those feelings, no matter how much time flows. And because Rikuko has prepared himself for that, I can't trespass into his heart any more than this. I might be running away. Maybe I should trespass instead. But I'm not that strong a man. If I did trespass, then I might just end up hurting Rikuko. And that's why I couldn't.
ありがとう。お前にはこれからもずっと俺の弟子でいてほしい。それでいいか？
はい、もちろんです。
I cast down my eyes, unable to look straight into Rikuko's shy face. The world line changed. Rikuko became a guy again. In that case, the IBN 5100 should have been returned to this shrine. In the world line where Rikuko was a girl, she was cleaning the storehouse and broke the IBN 5100. But now, since Rikuko became a guy again, he shouldn't have cleaned the storehouse, and he shouldn't have broken the IBN 5100. Looking at the clock, it's 6:46 p.m. Speaking from past experience, it's very likely that we avoided Mayuri's death for today, since the world line changed. But just to prepare for the worst case, I should get back to the lab within the hour.
ルカ子、お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか？
古いパソコンですか？そんなもの、うちにはなかった気がしますけど。
So you did go back to forgetting, huh? Well, it's a good thing.
僕、パソコンはよくわからなくて、ろくに触ったこともないんです。
It's 2010. I'm pretty sure you know how to play with a computer. Just saying. When Rukuko was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. And then she smiled as if to hide the worry, in pain not wanting to say, I broke the computer. But now he's not trembling. Rukuko honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I asked Rukuko to fetch his father for me, like always, so I could ask him whether or not the IBM 5100 was dedicated to the storehouse.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
He says so, heading into the treasury and back. Just like in the previous world line. But in the previous world line, since Rukuko secretly moved it, the IBM 5100 was no longer in the storehouse. How will it turn out this time? Rukuko's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His face was serious. I knew what to expect at that point. Even in this world line, I knew it.
見つかりません。なくなっています。
I quickly peek at Rukuko's face. Blank. He doesn't seem to know anything. Rukuko is innocent. I'm sure of it.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
持ち去った？
It didn't disappear, but was taken away? So basically, a thief broke in.
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
Nah, I don't think anyone could have thought of that.
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
It still won't come back. There's only one, or maybe two demos left that I should cancel. Which one? If I just cancel that one, I can get back to the IBM 5100. That's how I feel.
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
I made a bitter smile. Seeing Rukuko frantically cheer me on is so adorable. Dude. But he's a guy.
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
I point that out and leave the shrine. See ya, Rukuko. Also Sasha, because I just watched Titan earlier and I realized that you were Sasha. You know, your voice actress. That's what I meant. D-mails I should cancel. In other words, D-mails that have activated reading Steiner. There are two of them. The first was the one with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. I sent that from my phone to my phone. It's not too hard to cancel that one. The problem is the other one. The name of that D-mail sender. The name I'd rather not say again. Kiryu Moeka. I understand the contents of the D-mail she sent before as part of our experiments. Back then, I didn't fully understand D-mails. That's why we kept experimenting. When Moeka said, I want to send a D-mail, I gave her these requests. Make the contents simple enough that any change to the pasts are obvious. And make the contents public to all lab members. In the end, what Moeka sent was to undo her phone model exchange that happened a few days before. The D-mail was sent July 31st. I remember it since it's a nice cutoff date. I don't know how that's related to the IBM 5100's disappearance from Yanagibayashi Shrine. It probably influenced through the butterfly effect, I guess. I don't have the same hesitation as I did back with Rukuko. I don't have to hold back against Kiryu Moeka. That friend of ours killed my Yuri over and over. I don't intend to forgive her at all. So I'll cancel the D-mail Moeka sent, without holding back. But the problem is, the cancellation D-mail needs to be sent to Moeka's phone itself. If I send a mail from my address saying, "Don't change models," I don't think it would sway Moeka's intentions at all. But I don't know where she is. I click my tongue impatiently. Unless I can locate and obtain her cell phone, I can't cancel her D-mail. When I returned to the lab, I set things up so I could time leap at any time, but I still ended up in anxiety.
お腹いっぱい。マユシーは今日はほとんど何も食べてなかったから、ずっとペコペコだったんだよ。
明日もあるの？
明日だけじゃなくて、明後日もあるの。
Mayuri, who just got back to the lab from Kamima 30 minutes ago, and Kurusu, who was watching over the lab, finished eating the cup of noodles dinner. Now Mayuri's whatever. It was already past 8. Nothing happened. As expected, Mayuri didn't die. Most likely, her death limit has extended until about this time tomorrow. Now, it's all up to somebody's will. Perhaps even God's or fate's. Or maybe it's merely a coincidence. But that doesn't matter now.
さてさて、マユシーは明日早いから、もう帰るね。
Mayuri makes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She also woke up at 5 today, stopping by the lab before heading to Ariake. Looks like she plans to get up early tomorrow, too. By the way, Taro's also enlisted in the same war, so I haven't seen him today. He told me earlier he's heading straight home without visiting the lab. Busy checking his spoils of war, I guess.
ねえねえ、クリスちゃんやオカリンは、コミマ行かないの？
俺はパスだが、助手が行きたいそうだ。
はぁ？
Kurusu jumps at my prompt answer.
ちょっと岡部、何勝手に捏造してんのよ。
さっきまで、興味津々な様子で、マユリのコスプレ話を聞いていたではないか。
そうだけど、誰も行くとは言ってない。
行こうよ、クリスちゃん。
Yeah, go. Have a girls' night. Or, I don't know, it wouldn't be a girls' night because there's gonna be guys there too. But have a friend's day at a place that's public. Yes. Kurusu's a closeted ad channeler, but I guess she doesn't have a deep understanding of the otaku side of things. It's not always true that ad channeler equals otaku, but it's rare for the former to not be the latter. When I think about it, she's hinted that she has interest in cosplay.
お断りよ。人が多すぎて息が詰まりそう。
今日と比べるとね、2日目はそんなに多くないよ。午後から来れば快適そのものなんだから。人気のある同人誌なんかは売り切れちゃうけどね。
岡部がついてきなさいよ。あんた、マユリの保護者でしょ？
違うよ。マユシーはね、オカリンの人質。
ああ、はいはい。そうだったな。人質に逃げられちゃまずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば？
俺にはこの秋葉で、やらなければならないことがある。
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
The search for Kiryu Moeka. I already sent a mail. I'm awaiting a reply. I wrote, I want to see you, but hope looks thin.
無言ってことは、単に行きたくないだけか。
クリスティーナ、話がある。
I have to tell you everything all over again.
また？相変わらず唐突ね。
またとはどういう意味だ？
別に。
話って何？ね、 最近オカリンとクリスちゃん仲良しさんだよね。いつも二人で話し込んでるもん。マユシーも秘密の会議に参加したい気持ちでいっぱいです。
タイムリープマシンについての協議をしているだけだ。おそらくマユリが参加してもちんぷんかんぷんだと思うぞ。
That's not quite it, but it wasn't a lie.
そしてこれからクリスティーナに話そうとしているのは、いかにしてこいつを小見舞い行かせるかという内容だ。マユリよ、期待して待っていろ。ふぅはははは。
わかったー。ありがとね、オカリン。
Mayuri waits in the room while I take Kurusu outside.
というわけで、
コミマに行くつもりはないから。
お前さっき、またと言ったな。ここでこうして1対1での相談を何度もしている。ということで間違いないか。
ついに記憶に錯乱が見られるようになったか。狂気のマッドサイエンティストさんはアセチルコリンが減少してるんじゃない？
真面目に答えろ。
あんた、なんか変よ。
頼む。答えてくれ。
答えるも何も、岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう4、5回くらい、こうして外に出て、2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
俺がタイムリープしていることについては。
Oh, but for one instant, Kurusu opens her eyes wide in surprise. That rhymed, but soon after, she starts glaring angrily.
してるの？
I nod.
かれこれ10回以上だ。
そんなに？何勝手な真似してんのよ！
It looks like she doesn't know anything about our discussion about Rukuko, or how many times I have time left and changed world lines. Obviously. I've moved world lines 3 times so far. For now, let's call the first world line where Mayuri dies Alpha World Line 1. When I ran away from Ferris, from the viral attackers, is Alpha World Line 2. When Rukuko was a girl, that's Alpha World Line 3. Now, I'm at Alpha World Line 4. By the time I cancel Rukuko's D-mail, World Lines 1 through 3 were undone from my subjectivity. At the same time, for Kurusu and everyone else in Alpha World Line 4, Alpha World Line 3, where Rukuko was a girl, is another unrecognizable possible world line. I guess I have to explain everything again. I start the tedious talk with Kurusu.
おおむね把握した。
Kurusu sighs and lightly taps my upper arm.
あんまり無茶しないで。
常習に励まされるとは屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな、あんた。
Oh, indeed I am.
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。自業自得なんだ。って常習にこの話をするのはかれこれ4回目か5回目くらいだが、毎回こうやって自虐的になるな。
岡部、
俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしてくれ。おそらくマユリは明日死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
If Mayuri doesn't come to the lab after going to Kamima, she probably won't get killed by Moeka. But the way things are going, the world line won't let us avoid Mayuri's death. Unless we escape the Alpha world line, we will definitely converge to her death.
お前には悪いと思うが、明日マユリの死を見届けてほしい。
だから小見間に行けって言ったのか。
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて俺に連絡するだけでいい。お前からの連絡が来たらタイムリープする。
マユリが死ぬのが分かっていながら何もできないなんて。 全然実感が湧かないけど、事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。大丈夫？
大丈夫じゃない。マユリを助けるためには。
マユリのこともそうだけど、
Kurusu interrupts me.
私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
俺がどうしたって。
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
It's rare for her to give me such a worried face.
言っただろ。俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしろと。俺は明日桐生萌香を探す。
If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone time leaping. If Mayuri does die, then I should go back to the past no matter what.
できればマユリに痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線においていつがデッドラインなのか、それを見極めておかないと計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私はマユリが死ぬところなんて。
気持ちはわかるが頼めるのはお前しかいない。
随分信用されてるのね。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
Kurusu forces a laugh at my joke.
偉そうに。
Our strategy is set. Kurusu will go to her first ever Kamima. When I tell her that, Mayuri will be innocently delighted. I haven't met with Mayuri today. I'd be with her the entire time if I could, but I still didn't go. Kiryu Moeka hasn't replied. I have no choice but to seek her myself now. I don't know much about the woman in the first place. The only clue I have is the name of the publishing company, Arc Rewrite. I remember Moeka saying she worked there. I quickly find it after searching online. Sure enough, their main business was producing PC magazine articles. Moreover, their office is in Akiba. I promptly try asking them by phone, but got an answering machine. I guess they're still closed for Obon. Or maybe nobody's at the office. Whatever. Looks like I have to go there directly. Early morning on the second day of Kamima, Akiba is empty. Right about now, most of the otaku are forming a huge line in Ariake. I've experienced the craze of that festival many times myself. It's a literal war. Whenever Mayuri tells me she's going to participate, I go in shock. I always imagine Mayuri getting trampled to death by the otaku avalanche. But Mayuri is actually surprisingly quick on her strong legs. Do I have a message? 'Cause that thing is blinking. Hold on. Oh, it's Mayuri. Okay, Mayuri. Good morning, Ocarine. I'm heading off now. Joined up with Mayuri. We're heading out to Ariake. Kinda exciting. LOL. Amazing people everywhere. More than I expected. Save me! Oh. Kurusu. If only you knew what you were getting into beforehand. She possesses the astounding ability to smoothly weave through the crowd of people. So it's more likely that Kurusu will get trampled. I couldn't help but sympathize with my assistant. I might have done a bad thing. I find the publishing company, Arc Rewrite, on the outskirts of Akiba. It's a glass-sided multi-tenant building. Pretty fancy. I quickly charge the office, but nobody is there. After waiting about 30 minutes, a man who looks like a staff member comes, so I ask him for Kiryu Moeka's contact address. Of course, I lie that I'm her relative, but the answer it gives me is unexpected.
そんな名前のバイトはうちにはいないな。
いない？
What? Did she lie to us? Balls! I've been tricked! In the first place, Moeka's part of CERN's mercenary force. The Rounders. She's been working here in Akiba while hiding her history. It's not like she'd give out her real place of work. Do we have no more clues? Just when I've given up, the Archery Red Staffer pounds his hands as if he remembered something.
いや、待った。確か2日だけ来て音信不通になったバイトの女がいたな。そいつが桐生って名前だったような。まだ履歴書残ってたかな。
I frantically bow my head and ask to look for it. Him to look for it, and he acknowledges, though a little hesitant. I try going to the address written in the resume. It's a beat-up apartment. It doesn't seem like the place a young lady would live alone. When I approach the apartment, I feel a strange unease. I don't know why, but there's a police officer there. One patrol car is parked in front. And in front of one room on the second floor, room 202, which is Moeka's room, according to her resume, there's a blue sheet covering the door. What? What happened? I'll call out to an uniformed officer. A uniformed officer.
すいません。あそこの部屋の人は引っ越したんですか？
あ？
じゃあ。
君、関係者？
知り合いです。
何も聞いてないの？
The police officer seems to have a tough time talking. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
何が起きたんですか？
自殺だよ。
え？
What? It took me everything I had to ask again. Why now? Why suicide?
それはいつ？
昨日だ。
そんな。
ご遺体は近くの千代田第三病院に運ばれてるはずだから。身寄りが誰もいないみたいでね、困ってたんだ。会いに行ってやってくれないかな。
I lower my head and leave the area. Dead? Moeka is dead. What's up with that? I don't understand at all. Just what's going on? It was suicide? The woman who mercilessly killed Mayuri committed suicide? Or is this a conspiracy? Internal discord turned into murder. Covered up as suicide? Today's the 16th. Yesterday was the 15th. The first time Moeka attacked the lab was the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. As a result of slowly moving back to the original world line, Mayuri's death somehow gets pushed back day by day. That means Moeka's attack was getting pushed back day by day. So this means that in this world line, Moeka no longer attacks the lab. But even so, why did she die? I don't get it. I don't get it. But this is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What is it I must do? I squat on the spot, grabbing my head. If Moeka is dead, then maybe Mayuri won't be killed. I don't think such a convenient future will come. At least, the world wishes for Mayuri's death. It'll do whatever it can to stop me from preventing that. I'm the one changing the world line as he pleases, though. Just give me a break already. Why are all these extraordinary things happening? I mean, until just a few weeks ago, I was just a pretentious hipster college student. I hadn't seen people close to me die. Both of my parents and my grandparents are alive. I lived my entire life without having to deal with death. Yet, in these past mere 3 weeks, virtually more than that, just how many times have I faced death? My heart's been strained to the limit. It's been hard to tough it out until this point too. Just one more. Most likely, there's just one more D-mail I must cancel. If I could only steal Moeka's phone.
タイムリープだ。
Let's time leap. Moeka died at noontime yesterday, the 15th. Then I should go back to before then. Moeka's reason for suicide doesn't matter. I don't know why that woman would kill Mayuri or herself. The only thing I do know is that I need to contact that woman to cancel the D-mail. Returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window and lose my breath.
放電現象
What? What the fuck? Someone's activating the time leap machine? Just who? Mayuri and Daru should be at Kamima. It would be strange for even Kurusu to be here, since I asked her to escort Mayuri everywhere yesterday. We shouldn't even use the time leap machine in the first place. My declaration of no experiments should have been effective even in this worldline. That, and Kurusu's policy is not to change the past. So who? The building is shaking. The vibration reverberates to the streets. The time leap machine shouldn't be used to tamper with the law of cause and effect any more than this. Someone, I don't know who, is using it. I don't know if that someone knows how to use it, though. Anyway, I need to stop it, or we'll be in big trouble. I rush into the lab. The discharge phenomenon and the vibration have already calmed down. I gently peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The lab door was unlocked, meaning anyone could sneak in. I clicked my tongue in my own carelessness. The time leap machine is still faintly warm. I knew someone used it. So, did they time leap? Just who? I don't know. Someone other than me used the time leap machine. This is the first time that's happened. Just to make sure, I checked the settings on the connected X68000, but it was useless. Just like the D-mails, the setting history has been erased. It worries me, but I can't do anything but ignore that worry. What's more important now is what happened to Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap time is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours and then leap again. The 42-inch CRT downstairs is on. Since the discharge phenomenon occurred, that should be plain as day. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Who the fuck was that? Is it okay to just sleep like this? Nah, it's obviously okay. Just a little more. Just a little more and I can save Mayuri for real. There's no need to hesitate now. Even if I don't time leap now, all that waits for me is another memory of seeing Mayuri die. So in the end, all I can do is time leap, tattered. What I'm doing is the same. I close my phone. No need to rush, I tell myself. Calm down. Wait. Ah, goddammit! You know what? Hold on a minute. I gotta go and back, get to this point, and then I'm gonna see... And then I'm gonna save. And then I will check what happens if I time leap, and what happens if I don't. You know, after I'm done with the game. Yep, okay. Everything should be fine right now. I'm gonna go with not time leaping, because that's what he wanted to do anyway. Plus, I think that's what happened in the anime, and if the anime is any indication of what I should do for the true ending... Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I should use my weapon of time leaping to its maximum merit. I should check the deadline of Mayuri's death in this world line. Guessing my past circumstances, Mayuri's death should happen around 7 to 8 tonight. But things are a little different this time. Namely, the fact that Moeka committed suicide. How much influence does that have? There's a possibility that Mayuri won't die. We might have already succeeded at avoiding that death. In that case, I shouldn't waste my effort time leaping. I have no obligations to save Moeka. Let's wait until Kurisu contacts me. It's 12:30 now. There's still 7 hours left until the expected time. I keep hearing nothing but the advancing of the clock secondhand. That sound is already echoing inside my head. It won't stop even if I plug my ears. About an hour ago, I chased after the IBM 5100's whereabouts, but just as I thought, I couldn't find it. I also tried to think how Moeka's mail to cancel the phone model exchange would influence the whereabouts of the IBM 5100, but just couldn't think of anything. Does that mean exchanging phone models somehow lets Moeka know the IBM 5100 is in Yanikebayashi Shrine? That's confusing. Even the butterfly effect has its limits. But real life is different from novels. There are many times where unreasonable things happen, and when the cause is revealed, it makes you say, huh, so that's what it was. So I couldn't rule it out entirely.
結局、何もわからないということか。
Yeah, everything we think of is pretty much a dead end. Murmuring in self-derision, I twist my lips. It's already that time, 7:46 p.m. If Mayuri dies today, then I should hear from Kurisu soon. I hope to hear good news. To hear Mayuri's voice, proof in itself that Mayuri didn't die, would be the best news I could ask for. I'm getting a phone call. That can mean only one thing. Mayuri died after all. Wishful thinking doesn't mean anything, so I don't need to confirm it. Yeah, you do. Come on. Mayuri dies in even this world line, after all. While apologizing in my heart, I bite my lip. Mayuri will die unless I change the world line. I put on the headgear and immediately activate the time leap machine. I need to get Moeka's phone, no matter what it takes. I go back all the way to the 11th with several time leaps. It's past 8 p.m. when I look at the clock.
出かけてくる
I'll leave the room without waiting for the lab mems to respond. When I visit the raggedy apartment again, the police aren't there. The door's not covered by a blue sheet either. Obviously, Moeka's suicide happens 4 days after this. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of room 202's door. Nothing was turned on inside the room. I start getting anxious that maybe she's not here. I couldn't find anything like an intercom, so I reluctantly rap on the door. But no matter how much I beat the door, there's no reply from inside. I click my tongue and try turning the doorknob on a whim. It wasn't locked. I take a single gulp of air. This might be a trap. My opponent isn't normal after all. She's a member of CERN's combat force, the Rounders. If I were to die here, what would happen to my Yuri? Would Kurusu or Daru use the time leap machine to save her? I need to be cautious. Having said that, if I don't do anything, I can't save my Yuri. Resolving myself, I open the door and peek inside. It's dark, so I can't hardly confirm the contents of the room. But in that narrow room, I feel a person's presence. I trespass into the room. There's not much stuff. No decorations. There's no sense of daily life. From the window, the light of the almost full moon shines in. A single woman hangs her head, hugging her knees. Nobody else is there. Standing in front of that woman and looking down, I grind my teeth. I desperately keep myself from losing it. Ever since she attacked the lab and killed my Yuri for the first time, I've avoided all thoughts about this woman as I could. But now I'm forced to face her. Unless I hear an answer from this woman, I can't get what I seek. To obtain the IBN 5100, escape to the Alpha World Line, and save my Yuri.
Kiryu Moeka.
I've called out this name before. I don't even want to remember that.
起きているか?
Moeka's fingers shiver with a twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head, but she doesn't look up, instead glancing at my feet. She finally mutters in a frail voice. Moeka always seemed to be like that, but today is especially worse. Now that I take a good look, her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks really disturbed. She kills herself in 4 days, so it's not strange.
FB なの?
No, I'm not your fucking FB.
FB?
I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior. Basically, a code name, huh?
なんだかくれないの? 私、言われた通りにやったのに。ねえ、FB.
A faint light pours out of the screen of the phone in Moeka's hand. As always, she absolutely won't let go of her phone.
私の何がいけなかった。直すよ。直すから見捨てないで。FB のためなら返事をしてよ。答えてよ。私に指示を出して、私はそれに従う。命令して。命令。
This is a mental breakdown. Even though she was calm-headed, with a blade-edged tooth bloodthirst when she killed my Yuri, it's almost like Moeka's a completely different person. Is this also an effect of the world line divergence? I mean, it's only been a little over a week since Moeka was sent that email. Has she changed this much? I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulder.
Oi! 聞こえるか? Oi!
FB 連絡をちょうだいよ。
You fucking listen to me. You listen to me right now, damn it!
桐生萌か。おい、俺だ。Okabeだ。
Even if I call out to her, Moeka just keeps muttering incoherently while crying. No matter how strongly I shake her, she doesn't resist. I notice her thumb keeps restlessly pressing on her phone's keys. Confused, I peek at the screen. FB, 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 FB.
お前。
Did something happen to Moeka? I somehow understand that her superior, FB, hasn't contacted her. But I don't understand how that drove Moeka this far into a corner. No. Don't think about it. I don't care what happens to her. With that clear-cut attitude, I reach out my hand to snatch the phone from her grip. A sharp, dry sound reverberates through the room. My hand was driven away. It was really weak, but she quickly knocked my hand away. Moeka curls up in her body with her phone in her chest, as if to protect it. She doesn't ever give up her phone. As if that small device were her lifeline.
メールが来ないの。
FB とかいうやつからか。
メールが来ない。
I already tried snatching the phone away from the incoherent muttering Moeka several times, but she wouldn't let go. So I reluctantly try lying. I'll search for the phone called FB. The person called FB, so lend me your phone. Of course, I don't intend to search. Wait. It actually might be a good idea. But that's for after I make sure Mayuri doesn't die. And when I have free time. But Moeka didn't buy my line. Or maybe my words just didn't reach her. Damn it! We're not getting anywhere. Should I snatch it by force after all? She might kill me before I get the chance to send the cancellation email, though. It's sink or swim. I'm hopeful, since Moeka's emotionally weak right now. There's only a low chance she'll attack. I'm afraid. If she has a gun, I'm unarmed, and wouldn't have any means to protect myself. These two feelings mix and dissolve into hesitation. A gun, huh? Where would it be in this dreary room? I take a quick look around the room, but I couldn't find an invisible range. I was so startled I nearly jumped. Phone! It's Kurisu, I think.
もしもし。
I stand up, relocate to the entryway, and take the call without letting Moeka leave my sight.
今どこよ。
悪いが取り込み中だ。
女なの？
お前の発想は実にスイーツかっこ笑いだな。
うるさいな。電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょ。よくそれでラボ弁ナンバー001を名乗れるな。
誰に頼んでくれ。今日はそれどころじゃない。
一体何してんのよ。そこどこ？
桐生萌香のアパートにいる。
やっぱり女か。最低だな。
Did she not meet Moeka as a lab member in this world line? I reluctantly give Kurisu the usual explanation. Except this time, due to the circumstances, I had to simplify things. Kurisu silently listens to my explanation. Like always, the same as before. She might be unexpectedly soft-hearted. After listening to my story, Kurisu tells me one conclusion.
強引に奪うしかないわね。
過激だな。ハリウッド映画の見過ぎか。
相手はセルンの関係者よ。遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない。
She has a point.
迷ってる場合じゃないでしょ。それでマユリを救えるんだから。あんたはヒョロヒョロで頼りなさそうだけど、さすがに今なら相対的に考えて勝てるはず。
She says things one by one without restraint. Or so I thought, but suddenly Kurisu lowers her voice.
こんなこと言うと 人格疑われそうだけど。いや、あんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど、殺してでも奪いたるべきよ。
今、お前の人格を疑った。
You know, I kind of want to, but well, that would be lowering myself to her standards. And I'm not gonna go there. So thanks for the suggestion, Kurusu. But no. I might have to use force, but I'm not gonna try and kill her. Not now. Not unless I'm not unless I'm pushed into the very farthest corner.
だが、偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティーナ。
好きって、ちょっと。
What's with the commotion? Oh, assistant of mine.
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。で、意図を聞かせてくれ。殺すこともやむなしと考える理由が、お前の中にある。
よかった。それなりに冷静ね。あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できない。アトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし。それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、桐生って人が4日後に自殺するなら、彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。あるいはでもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。あんたはこれまでに何度も真由りの死を見てきたからわかるはず。重要なのは死んだという結果だけであって、過程はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。それと同じで、桐生って人の死に方は問わないと思う。
So basically, you're saying that instead of her killing herself, I should? Hell no, don't do that.
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
偽善ぶるな。私は今、人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部も付き合いなさい。
That's a really unforgiving way to talk. But speaking frankly, it actually feels good.
だが法律はどうする？世界がそれを許しても、社会は許さない。
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても、時間を遡れば、すべてなかったことにできる。
She does have a point.
岡部は誰も殺さずに、必要な情報だけを入手したっていう結果だけが残るわけ。
把握した。
ただ、これだけは覚えておいて。すべては自己責任よ。
Please tell me you're not gonna actually try and kill her. I mean, I know she's kind of being a bitch by killing Mayuri. I get it. I don't like her either. But I don't think death is the option here.
これだけ好き放題言ってる私は、かなり無責任だけど。
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な意見だった。
さっさと片をつけなさい。じゃあね。
After saying only what she wanted to say, she hangs up. But Kurusu's relentless words mysteriously encourage me.
お前は司令官かよ。
I mutter and shut my phone. Moeka is still squatting in the same place. Steal it. Even if you have to kill her. Just like Moeka did to us. There's no need for hesitation. Everything is at my own risk. I'm free to kill her or let live. The result is my responsibility. Even if I undo it with a time leap machine, the memories of the unethical act of murder will only remain in the time leap. Or me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I can't forget about that. That's what Kurusu was implying. No human can go unpunished for murder. Understand, Kiryu Moeka? I reach out my hand to the phone in Moeka's grip without hesitation. She resists. I grab Moeka's slender hand and pin it to the window. I used so much force I wouldn't be surprised if the glass broke. But luckily it was damaged. It was undamaged. With my free hand, I grasp at the phone Moeka clasps to her chest.
Whoa!
Oh god. Right in the solar plexus. I don't know where that is. Was I kicked? I couldn't breathe for an instant, so I desperately gasped for air. In a fit of rage, I raised my hand to strike, but hesitation. Damn. I was going to steal the phone even though I had to kill her. Right? But I've never hit a girl in my life. I'm not a feminist or anything. I just never had the opportunity, and it's common sense that it's bad for a man to hit a woman. That held me back. So I lower my raised hand and instead grab into Moeka's neck. Her struggling feet trample mine. I strengthen the pressure on her neck. My fingertips sink in. She struggles painfully. Dude, don't do this. Moeka's gulps of breath go up and down her throat. I can clearly feel those movements through the palms of my hands. I'm captured by her watery eyes after her glasses fall off.
やっと俺を見たな。
Don't do this, Okabe. You're gonna have to remember this forever, you know. But I can't move my own body for now. If I let go of Moeka just a little, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka hides her head tightly, gripping the phone behind her back. I'm restraining Moeka's neck and hand. Which should I let go of?
携帯をよこせ。
Moeka weakly shakes her neck left and right.
出ないと殺せ。
Go for it with the hand that's grabbing the neck. Can I? Of course I can. Of course I can undo it by using the time leap machine. We're not talking about the perfect crime. We're talking about a full reset. But that's all. In the end, do I really have the guts to murder someone? I ask myself. No, you do not have the guts to murder anyone. You stop this.
渡さないと殺すぞ。
Don't do this, man. You're not gonna be any better than her if you do. Moeka leaks out rough breaths without saying a word. A standoff. Neither of us shows any openings. Even though we're not making vigorous movements, we can't catch our breath. It takes all my strength just to pin her down. My rough breathing, reverberating throughout the room, eventually synchronizes to the same rhythm, and then suddenly separates. We won't get anywhere in this rate. Judging so, I let go of her neck. Oh, thank you. Instead, I make a full use of the wall, pinning down her throat with my arm, like a guillotine choke. Dude, that's worse! She starts groaning in pain. Now I put strength into the arm holding Moeka's left wrist. I transfer it to my right hand, which is pushing it against the glass, so that my left hand guillotine choke position. When I wrap my newly free right hand around Moeka's back, I get near her body, and get so close we stick to each other. If I don't, I can't reach her back. Pain runs through my jaw. Moeka violently headbutts me. I put more strength into my guillotine choke arm. Dude. Twisting her face in pain, Moeka goes violent. Not to resistance. Well, not in resistance, but in pain. But my guillotine choke seems to be fairly effective. Any more than this, and she might really die. Although thinking that, I put even more strength into my arm. Moeka writhes in pain, spilling not just tears but drool as well. Her resistance is just about gone. My outstretched right hand finally touches Moeka's phone. Despite the circumstances, she's holding her phone even tighter without letting go. I forcibly tear it away. I quickly distance myself from Moeka. I look at the phone screen. In the new mail window, there's a whole bunch of FBs. I erased them and started entering in the new mail. But my phone's different model, so I don't quite know how to use it. Startled, I raise my face and see Moeka staggering up. Just how persistent is this girl? She's like a zombie, or like Sadako in the horror movies. In that horror movie. I get out of the room to get away from her. I quickly close the door. I lean my entire body weight on the door to prevent it from being opened from the inside. Inside, she violently turns the knob. Furthermore, she recklessly striking the door over and over. Doesn't this usually happen to the other way around? But I got the phone. I just need to send the cancellation email as Moeka. My Yuri will be saved after this. Moeka changes the past will be cancelled, changing the world line. The IBM 5100 will come back to me. Afterwards, we hack CERN and mission complete. Alright, take out the damn phone. Will be my victory.
はい、ナキセ。
D メールの設定を頼む。
変な音が聞こえるけど。
少しばかり修羅場中でな。
殺さなかったのね。グッジョブ。入力完了。
前よりは
まだいる。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話してる。42型ブラウン管をつけさせておくためにね。
話してないだろうな。
あの子が死ぬこと言えるわけない。
だったらいい。まだ切るなよ。
Come on, type faster. I remove my phone from my ear and enter the mail into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the room next door. Our eyes meet, so we put on a forced smile. Then lady grins a scornful smile, going back inside. I wonder what she's thinking. She must have concluded it was a lover's quarrel. She came out to check, but gave up. Change models now, or they'll run out. The contents of the email Moeka sent should have been don't change models. So I appealed with how it'll be hard to get once it's out of stock, so stir up in her desire for whatever. It's in the Japanese blood to want limited editions and hard to find things. The insistent pounding on the door continues. And I can hear a groaning voice from the other side. She really is persistent. Is her phone really that important? Full-blown dependence syndrome, huh? But I've already won. Now all I have to do is send the cancellation email. My relationship with Moeka ends here. I won't ever forgive you. But I won't meet you again either. I don't want to meet you. I put the phone on my eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I whisper inside my heart. I firmly press down on the send button. The vertigo-like shock doesn't come. Reading Steiner doesn't activate.
なんでだよ。
Why won't anything happen? Did the microwave phone temp not work? I pick up my phone again with Kurusu on the line.
どうだ。
送ったの？
送った。ちゃんと動作したのか？
こっちはちゃんと放電現象を確認した。
正常に動作したんだな。
間違いなくね。
世界線が変わらない。
失敗した。原因は？
What the fuck happened? Possibilities I can consider.
メールの文面では機種変をやめようとする萌えかを説得できなかったか。
送り先の日付を間違えた可能性は？
7月31日。それは間違いない。
桐生って人が最初に送った D メールの着信時間を調べるべき。それより先か後かで受け取った側の印象はだいぶ変わる。
めんどくさいな。
Did she finally give up? No, I don't think so. Is she going to leave from the window and loop around? But this is the second floor. It's not that easy. I still should have time left.
何パターンかいろんな文章を送ってみて。それで効果が出ないようならこっちでタイマーを微調整する。
助かる。そっちの様子は？ミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか？
今下から怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里が必死でなだめてるはずだけど、いつまで持つか。あまり余裕はないと思って。
I put my phone away in my pocket, in a way it won't hang up. I changed the contents and sent another email. But nothing happens after all. I make another one. Send! No good either. What? What am I doing wrong? If I could, I'd like to cross-examine Moeka about the cause. But if I went back inside now, I'd probably get attacked instead of a talk. Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. Just what is she doing now? She might have seriously escaped from the window. I look around. I don't see anything suggesting that. Think about the source of the... Oh my god. She could have been lying, you know. That just hit me. I wipe the sweat from my brow. It might be because I'm in a rush, but my sweat doesn't stop. There's also the possibility that Moeka changed mail addresses after changing models. I take out my phone and call out to Kurusu.
聞こえるか？
まだ問題が？
2回送り直したが効果なしだ。
While thinking hard about what to do, I stare hard at Moeka's phone. In the dark apartment passageway, and the weak lighting shines the phone's gaudy purple surface. I notice something's wrong. I take another good look at the phone. Something is... wrong. What exactly could be wrong?
岡部？どうしたの？
Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD. The written model name is GG01. Nothing strange. Nothing could be strange. Nothing could be strange. I saw this phone once before, when Moeka sent her email. No, not just once. I saw this phone whenever I met Moeka. Nothing changed. Nothing has changed.
何も変わっていないだと？
何の話？
Why isn't anything changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her email? Moeka should have used the email to stop herself from changing models. In that case, Moeka shouldn't have the latest phone, the GG01. Since the model didn't change, it was true that she changed it back then.
あの女、まさか。
Did she lie? The email Moeka sent wasn't about stopping her model change. Then that explains everything. One of the emails I sent changed the world line. Another email Moeka sent is related to the IBM 5100.
ふざけた真似を。
The door I'm leaning on shakes violently. It was clearly different from the hands pounding on the door earlier. Some hard, heavy thing seems to be pounding the door. I rush away from the door. The door shakes. and then begins to bend. It was that great an impact.
異常だろ
At least she didn't take out a gun. But still, I want to run away. I don't want to get involved with this woman. What sort of expression is Moeka making beyond that door? Just thinking about it gives me the chills. I don't like it. But I can't run away from her in these circumstances. I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. The content of the email she sent. Moeka should remember it. Since Ferris and Lukiko did. Moeka should surely remember too. I don't want to go. My teeth grinding again at my misery. I tremble with a chatter. Thought I had won when I snatched her phone. In one move, I got knocked into a disadvantage.
Okabe? Okabe! 返事しろ！
クリスティーナ
音、すごいけど、大丈夫なの？
どうやら萌香の送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい。
どういうことよ？
おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ。俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらないのはそのせいだ。
着信履歴はそこに残ってるかもしれない。
着信履歴
I see. Even if it's not in the sent history, it should stay in the arrival history. The contents of Moeka's email are unknown. But one thing was clear before she sent it. I saw her phone shining purple.
うっかりしていた。調べてみる。
If Moeka didn't change phone models, then that actually makes this easier. But it was too naive of me to think I could find it so quickly. Moeka didn't use her phone half-heartedly. The amount of mails in her arrival history was huge, and mostly all from Earth B. Occasionally, my mails are there too. Even if it looks like just the titles only by one, I don't have enough time. And these violent sounds are getting me in a hurry.
クリスティーナ、少し手こずりそうだ。もし俺が失敗したら、あとは頼む。
バカも休み休み言いなさい。状況によっては逃げることも大事。
The lady next door shows up again at the firing noise and crash. She glares at me. But when she sees the magnitude of the shock to the door, the lady stares in wonder and quickly returns to her room. I'm no longer holding the door back, so she could open it, but Moeka doesn't even seem to realize that. She's just so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have the time to leisurely check her mail history. I return the phone to my pocket and stand beside the warped door. I carefully rip the door off. I time it between the sounds, and forcefully open it. Right after that, a coffee table flies out. It crashes into the passageway fence, making a fierce noise.
Okabe!
I got goosebumps from that abnormal screech that seemed to arise from the bottom of the earth. Standing near the entrance is Moeka. She had thrown the table at the door. I flinch. My knees tremble, but I still prepare myself. I enter the room, closing the door behind me. I couldn't fully close it, probably because it's warped. I give up locking it. Moeka glares at me, while her body shakes. First, I need to restrain this woman again. This woman, who can mercilessly destroy her own door if it's to retrieve her phone. This woman, who can mercilessly murder when ordered to. It's too dangerous to let her be. I can win if it's a matter of strength, so I can restrain her. I can't waste time. If my mind's made up, let's not waste another second. I force away fear from my heart and kick off the ground. An overbearing charge, with no thought of stopping. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and pull her back. I use momentum and forcibly push her down. It looks like Moeka got hit squarely on the back of her head. Her resistance is weakening. It shouldn't be a big deal for her to keep defensive, though. Now I'll press her down in a mountain position. Hold on, phone. Moeka flares around both arms and legs. Too naive. How stubborn. She struck my jaw. But Moeka's arm is slender, so it didn't hurt too bad. It's okay. My brain isn't swaying. But it's troublesome for her to struggle. I need to restrict her hands. First, her left. I grab her wrist, pinning her to the floor. My fist flies to my eyes. Taking the impact, the vision of my left eye is stained white. She looks daunted for an instant. Her hand wanders off, grasping at air. Or so I thought. But this time she pulls my hair. I feel several strands fall out. I grab Moeka's face. I flatten it with the palm of my hand. It looks like she's going to bite my fingers, so I hurriedly withdraw. I grab the hand grabbing my hair. I thrust my nails into that wrist with all my might. But she still won't let go of my hair. Furthermore, she keeps persistently kicking my back. She tries to free her left hand. I can't stand much more of this pain. Instinctively, I put all my strength into headbutting Moeka's forehead. The unpleasant sound of bone crashing bone. Clashing bone reverberates deep within my ears. My own body shivers. Seeing an opening when Moeka's entire body relaxes, I finally succeeded pinning down both her hands. During the struggle, her glasses flew off somewhere. Her clear tear marks around the corners of her eyes, tear marks around the corners of her eyes, give off an even more demented expression. Her forehead is swollen from the impact. Well, mission accomplished, Okabe. We got her down.
痛えだろうが。
She spats. A lukewarm feeling spreads on my face. Irritating. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Tears streaming from Moeka's glaring eyes beneath me. Maybe because of that headbutt.
今日はよく目が合うな。
Moeka averts her eyes as I say so. She's looking at my pocket. She has a good eye if she's able to notice the purple color faintly peeking from it.
返さねえよ。
I provoke her. I give her a self-derailing smile.
お前を携帯へ逃がすつもりはない。そんな権利をお前には与えない。
返してよ。
力ずくで奪い返してみろ。
Moeka puts strength back into her hands, and I similarly put strength into restraining them. The result? Our forces balance out, and Moeka can't move around her arms. And it's the same time even when she's trying twisting her body. I firmly grasp Moeka's hips in between my thighs. She occasionally knees my back, but I can bear the pain. It's not enough to make me give up this position.
このまま何時間でも付き合ってやる。 ちが先に体力が尽きると思う。
I'm not that strong, since I don't do sports or anything. But Moeka's on bottom. I'm on top. This position is clearly more exhausting for the one on bottom.
わめいてろ。
No matter how much saliva or abusive words she spits out, I have no intention of leaving this position.
お前が携帯依存だろうが FB から見捨てられようが知ったことじゃない。
Moeka violently shakes her head in denial. Those movements are just a waste of effort. Without moving, I just keep looking down at Moeka.
この世界線ではお前が直接手をかけるわけじゃないし、これまでお前が真由里に対してやったことはすでになかったことになっている。だがそんなの俺からしてみれば知ったことじゃないんだ。なかったことを俺は全部覚えている。だからお前への憎しみは消えてないんだ。お前が真由里を殺した事実は俺の中に刻まれてるんだよ。今日はお前を逃がさないからな。きっちり向き合ってやる。
Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka. But I can't do that in this world line. The contents of the changed email. To check what they are.
腹を割って話そうじゃないか。
Moeka still struggles violently.
携帯などなくてもちゃんと話せるではないか。え？
黙れ、クズが。お前の雑誌をズタズタになるまで包丁で切り刻んでやる。
切り刻むのはマッドサイエンティストのお箱だ。
死ね、死んでよ。犯される。
This hysteric woman's out of control. Maybe I should headbutt her again. Oh shit. Moeka and I look at the door in surprise.
ねえ、隣の西田だけど大丈夫？警察呼んだ方がいいかしら？必要ないならせめてもっと静かにしてくんない？このアパート声が響くのよ。
I didn't think about that. There'll be trouble if she calls the police. Moeka suddenly screams. You bitch! What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow or else. But I can't use either hand. Well, in this case... I suddenly pressed my lips into Moeka's to block her mouth. While kissing, we glare at each other at point blank. We silently share a loveless kiss.
まったく最近の若い子は。
From outside the door, I finally hear the footsteps of the neighbor returning to her room. Oh, what a relief. Intense pain runs through my lips, and I push myself away from Moeka's face. Red drops drip from my mouth and fall to Moeka's neck. She bit me. When I feel around my lip with my tongue, the taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka glares at me with teary eyes, breathing wildly.
初々しい女ぶっているんじゃない。俺より年上のくせに。
She pulls her mouth shut in regret. Her pink lips wet with saliva is actually pretty captivating. Moeka turns her chin away, looking at the bright full moon outside the window through the opening curtains.